Hey everybody, it's just Kim. I'm coming to you live from my backyard, and I thought I'd do this live because there's been something really bugging me. So a couple weeks ago, most of you people didn't even know who I was, and I was a nobody. I'm still a nobody, but I've gotten a lot of followers lately, and I'm really thankful for that, and I want to thank all of you who've had really kind words to say and followed me. It means the world to me. But I also, through this journey, the last 2 weeks, have gotten some really vile, awful comments. I've been told to fuck off. Excuse my French, oops. I've been called the B word, I've been called the C word, I've been told she's using her kid's disability as a way to make money. As of now, I've made zero money, so I'm not doing that either. But I'm not doing this about me. Since I posted this stuff about my son's illness and about losing my other son, I've had so many people reach out to me who have lost family members or who are sitting in hospitals and with a dying child or whatever. And they post their reels and they're getting horrible, vile things said to them. And I've got a really thick backbone. I don't care what you think or say about me. I really don't. I appreciate those who say wonderful, nice things. That means the world to me. But those of you who are mean and vile, I don't care. I don't care. But I want you to really think about what you're doing, because some of those people that you're saying those mean and vile things to are going through some really horrific times in their lives. Have you ever thought about following your mother's advice? Maybe your mother didn't say this to you, but if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Because the fact of it is you may be saying something to somebody who's right on the edge. Their child might be dying. Their spouse might have just passed away. They could have lost their home in a fire. You don't know who you're talking to, because there are real people on the other ends of these reels and TikToks. We're real people. Like I said, for me, I don't care. I got a thick backbone, but I've gotten some messages from young mothers whose babies are dying, and people have said, you don't even deserve to have a child, and blah, blah, blah. I mean, how do you say those kind of things to a mother sitting in the hospital with her dying child? It's just unfathomable to me. So when you're saying those things, think about the fact that what if you say something that causes that person so much mental duress that they harm themselves, or worse yet, it could happen. Our words have consequences. And like I said, you don't have to follow me. You can say whatever you want hateful to me. I don't know what benefit you get from that. I guess I don't get any benefit from hateful things. I don't say hateful things, and I don't understand all these people who say hateful things, what benefit they get from it. I get that you don't like 2 and 3 part things. I get that, because I've been taken into where I've clicked on something and then can't find, and there never is a part 2 or a part 3. I understand that. But if you go to a person's page and go to their reels, you can usually find it. But there are some people who don't continue on, they don't finish it, it's clickbait, whatever. But when you're dealing with a person, a mother, a father, a grandmother, or whoever, who's dealing with loss or dealing with a tragedy in their life, or dealing with something that they just want to share with the world, you don't need to tell them to F off, or that they're a B, or that they're capable of doing things. If you don't have something nice to say, just don't say it. Or if you say it, fine. But understand that your words have no meaning to anybody else. You're just being a mean, vile person. It's just kind of mind-boggling to me. Like I said, I never expected to get the followers that I got over the last 2 weeks, and I'm so grateful for them. But I got to tell you, 15 to 20% of the people who make comments, they got nothing nice to say about anything. And I can't imagine living my life that way. Sounds like we got a lot of police coming behind us. Not for me. I don't know who they're coming for. But anyway, it's really been bugging me, because I just recently also got, like I said, I get messages from people because they can relate, because they got screwed by the medical field, or they had lost a child, or they're in the process of losing a child. Or I have one mother who has lost 3 children. I mean, 3 children. And to think that somebody would say anything mean to this person is just beyond my comprehension. So I'm just out here saying this today. Like I said, I hope that all of you, when you watch people's reels, if you watch their TikToks, that's another thing too. People say, oh, if there's a part 2, understand that reels with Facebook gives you 60 seconds. That's all you get to tell your story is 60 seconds unless you go live like I'm doing right now. On Instagram, you get 90 seconds. And on TikTok, I think you can get up to 10 minutes if you have a certain amount of viewership. So a lot of times, it's really hard. I would like to see these people that have told me to F off. I want them to fit their life into 60 seconds, let alone have a traumatic, something happen and fit it into 60 seconds. So that's why I went live today, because I knew I couldn't say it all in 60 seconds, and I thought I'd go ahead and just do it. I appreciate all of you so much. I mean, you guys have really, the last 2 weeks, just it brightened my world. You've listened to my stories. My goal with telling my stories, it's not to make money. My goal in telling my stories is both of my kids had symptoms that led up, one to his passing away that was totally ignored by doctors, and another one who is profoundly disabled and takes 24-hour care. Yeah, I was also told by somebody that my son could take care of himself and I was just using it. My son can't even get a drink of water by himself. So when people say those kind of things, like, what, you peeking in my windows? You don't even know what you're talking about, but yet you're throwing out this gibberish. So my whole goal there, but there was signs, there were things, thanks Lisa, that led up to him getting sick. Little things like, eczemas, little things that were happening to him prior to his disease exacerbation and us finding out he was sick. My other son, there was a lot of symptoms, and I feel horrible as a mother that I didn't know what those symptoms were. But it was a bacteria disease I'd never even heard of until after we lost him. So it's one of those things. My reasoning for coming on and my reasoning for talking to people and telling their story is, one, I don't want them forgotten. I don't want them, Zach used to have thousands of friends. He used to perform live. He used to do all this kind of stuff. He had all this following, and since he's been sick, because it's so hard for them to see, that's always what they say, it's just too hard to see him this way. Nobody, he's got a handful of friends who check on him, who still send him little notes, who care about what happens to him. I think the others care, but it is hard. It's hard to be around with somebody who can't cognitively communicate with you. And so, people fall off. I don't want my kids to be forgotten. And if we can save one life, I know we have a little gal that just got Zach's disease about 4 weeks ago, and her family found me on Facebook, and guess what? They got her from the hospital where she was in Ohio to Florida to the Mayo Clinic to get her the help that she needed and save her life. With my other son, after he passed away, I've had 4 mothers who have reached out to me, 2 of which had young boys, 16 and 17. Both were institutionalized for behaviors, and they found out they had Bartonella too, got them out of the hospitals, and were able to help their kids live a almost normal life. And so that's my whole goal in telling my stories to people, is that if I can help somebody, I want to help them. And like I said, since I originally started posting 2 weeks ago about this kind of stuff, I've had people, who have reached out to me, and it's just been amazing to be able to talk to them. Some of them just need someone to talk to. There's a gal in the UK who's all alone. They won't give her any medical help. Sometimes you just need to talk to somebody. So when you're getting ready to make a comment, if you don't have anything nice to say to people out there, don't say it. That goes for standing in line at the supermarket. You don't know what that person is going through next to you. And I know when my sister lost her son, that really came so apparent to me, because I remember being in a fog, standing in the store, and someone being rude to me. And I'm like, I just broke down. They had no idea what was going on in my life, and I had confused something, and they got so ugly with me. And I thought, from that point on, I try so hard to see what's going on with another person and never judge. If they're bitchy or angry or whatever, you don't know that they didn't just bury somebody. You don't know that they just found out that their bank account's empty, or you don't know that they just can't pay their bills, or they lost their child, they lost their dog, they lost their mother. You don't know. So I just always say, take a good heart wherever you go. And again, if you want to be mean to me on Facebook, go for it, because I don't care. Because to me, I'm old, These young people, though, that are losing people, they don't have the backbone that I have. They don't have the history. They're just in the throes of a really difficult time. And like I said, you want to vent on somebody, come vent on me, because it just rolls off my back. I could care less what you think of me if you're a negative person. I don't care. If you're a positive person, I love you. And anyway, I don't want to keep you all. I just really wanted to say what I had to say, because I don't know what possesses people to be angry and ugly and cruel and to people they don't even know, and to remind people that on the other ends of these phones, on the other ends of these reels and these TikToks and these things, those are real human beings. Those are real human beings with feelings. And like I said, be as ugly as you want. I hope some of them can learn to roll with it as well and just let it roll off of them, because it's not a reflection of us. It's a reflection of the cruel, vile person on the other end of the phone or the computer or whatever they're texting from. I don't know. But I just wanted to say how much I appreciate all of you for following me and for helping me. And it's been an amazing 2-week journey, and I really am grateful for all of this. And I'm just so grateful that I'm getting to meet some of you. And like I said, I get messages and I appreciate that. And I hope to have more interaction with you guys online. And again, take care of yourself, and you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I think it's Friday. Oh, Rita, thank you. And you guys, thank you again so much. I appreciate it, and have a wonderful weekend. Bless you.